Good day. I am Rogin Moral from HR Department of Heptagram Hotel and Restaurant. We will now proceed to the first applicant applying for the position of restaurant server. Mr. Eugene Aguirre, kindly open your camera.
Good day, ma'am.
Good day. Mr. Eugene Aguirre, tell me about yourself.
Good day, Ma'am Rogin. I am Eugene, but you can call me Eji. I am a very active person. I love trying new things and learn from it. In my spare times, I love watching movies, animes, and also playing recreational activities like volleyball and basketball.
Okay. What do you know about our company and why do you want to work here?
I saw the worth of every employee who works from here in your company. In the way you respect them and encourage them to work extremely hard. So I'd like to be part of your team in order to improve my skills and learn more about your company.
Next question. What's one fact that's not on your LinkedIn profile?
I am a type of person who excels at cooperation. I'm the one that is always good at getting along with people and working together for the greater benefit of our work.
Do you work best alone or on a team?
It depends on the situation, ma'am, but sometimes I work best when I'm on a team because I can ask them questions and have brainstorming sessions to figure out what the best solution is to every problem that we face.
What do you know about being a restaurant server?
As a restaurant server, I know how to communicate to different person and personalities. I know how to react when some guests spit their complaints, and being a server, we handle a lot of things to make out customers meet their needs and fill them with satisfaction.
Tell me about the time when you failed. How did you deal with the experience?
When I experience failure, I always say to myself that it is just part of my work and my life because I believe that we would not learn if we haven't experienced failure, especially in my work. We cannot always prevent failures, but I believe that everything happens for a reason. Also, I believe that the more I fail about anything, the more I learn about everything.
What skills and strengths can you bring to this position?
I am a multitasker. I can handle all the pressure that I have been subjected to. And I have the strength to complete all of the tasks that will be assigned to me in an effective and efficient manner.
Talk about a time when you had to work closely with someone whose personality different from yours.
In hospitality industry, we cannot avoid the differences of personality of each person we are working with. But as a hospitality industry worker, I think that I have the kind of personality which I am flexible and always willing to understand the other person's personality. So in this case, I think I can handle it well.
What would you do if you were asked to perform a task you've never done before?
Well, as a hospitality industry employee, I should be flexible in about my work. But there's a kind of jobs that's not my forte. So I would be honest that I am not 100% knowledgeable about the job. But I am willing to learn how to do it. Also, I am a fast learner, so I think it would be a problem. It would not be a problem.
What would you do if you made a mistake and no one else noticed?
We could not deny it that when we did a mistake and no one else noticed, we will just let it go. But I am not that kind of person. As an employee, I would take full responsibility in any mistake that I might do.
Tell me about a situation when you had an especially heavy workload. What did you do?
When I have a heavy workload, I always force myself to manage my time well, to do my time management and to discipline myself. so that I can complete my task in an organized manner.
Mm. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I envision myself owning a large hotel and restaurant chain in the Philippines and becoming the best restaurant in the world.
Mr. Eugene Aguirre, why should we hire you?
That's a great question, ma'am. As you can see from my resume, I have the hard skill you're looking for. I have 5 years of experience as a server. I also have the soft skills required for this position. I'm a team player, a clear collaborator, and I have a sense of humor. I have ideas that will help this company become more productive, and I'm excited to be part of it and share my knowledge with the team. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. We will now proceed to the second applicant applying for the position of restaurant server. Mr. Enaldson Bueno, kindly open your camera.
Good day, Ma'am Rogin.
Good day. I am Rogin Moral from HR Department of Heptagram Hotel and Restaurant. Mr. Enaldson Bueno, tell me about yourself.
Good day, Ma'am Rogin. I am Enelson Bueno, but you can call me Enelson. And I am 22 years old. I like playing basketball and volleyball, and I love to cook also. I want to learn a lot about everything, especially at work. I have experience working in other restaurants. I work busy shifts, and I'm used to serving large parties. From my experience, I feel comfortable talking to customers.
What do you know about our company and why do you want to work here?
So, Heptagam Hotel and Restaurant is a customer-centric restaurant. Its vision is really for the people, specifically caters foods that are affordable to everyone. That's the reason why I want to work here because it's not just about serving food but feeding those who are less fortunate through affordable food.
What's one fact that's not on your LinkedIn profile?
All important things a company should know about me are already in my profile. So for them to easily know and pick me. But basically, I can always say that I am responsible to everything that that I do and will do.
Mr. Enaldson Bueno, what do you know about being a restaurant server?
Restaurant server always believe that her work is really for the people, being attentive to the customers and understands their needs and expectations.
Tell me about the time when you failed. How did you deal with the experience?
In my previous jobs, our manager gave me a chance to interview and hire entry-level people for our team as restaurant server. I chose to hire someone who seemed to have a lot of potential but also had some red flags or things that worried me. It ended up being a big mistake. They had a poor attitude and dragged the team down until my manager had to fire them. I learned to be more careful and not rush my decision and to speak with others on my team who have more experience if I'm unsure of something.
Next, what skills and strengths can you bring to this position?
Of course, um, I firmly believe that I am fast learner and that I always have the will to learn because by learning means I can share to my fellow workers the things I know will help the company.
Talk about the time when you had to work closely with someone whose personality is different from yours.
There was a time in my previous job when me and my teammate had to prepare an event wherein food package is included. We were informed that foods to be served depends on our plan. So we had this meeting and had to share ideas and suggestions. Until time came that this teammate of mine had an attitude and disagreed the plan. I talked to him and called the attention of our manager to settle things and eventually came up to a very good plan for the event.
What would you do if you were asked to perform a task you've never done before?
Basically, research and study are the keys for me to learn tasks that I have never done before. Also, it would be best if I can ask someone from our team, especially those that I think already perform the same task, because I know that when we got a task that we know is not on our comfort, we could always have the resource to study, ask and learn for us to perform well the task given to us.
Next, what would you do if you made a mistake and no one else noticed?
For me, it is still best to inform everyone and let them know the mistakes you had so they can help you out, especially in finding solutions, rather than keeping it to yourself and the whole company or restaurant will be affected.
Tell me about the situation when you had an especially heavy workload. What did you do?
First things first, I believe that constant communication is the key to a better work environment. Thus, when I knew that I had a heavy workload, I directly asked my manager to check within the teammate if the loads were distributed properly because I firmly believe that for us to have a smooth sailing relationship with the team and achieve what we want to achieve, then properly distribution of workload is the best, so that everyone will be given the chance to shine and show that they also can do every task given to them.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years from now, I am sure that I am already holding a position in this beautiful company.
Mr. Enaldson, why should we hire you?
Um, Basically, the reason why you should hire me because of willingness to learn and to share my knowledge, talent that I have specifically of this field. Aside from that, I am also responsible of my actions and words which will surely help the company, especially of my daily tasks.
Okay, thank you Mr. Eugene Aguirre and Mr. Enaldson Bueno. We will contact you for the result of your interview.
Thank you, Ma'am Rogie.
Good day. I'm CJ Gia from HR Department of Heptagram Hotel and Restaurant. We will now proceed to the next applicant applying for the position of front desk agent. Mr. Genesis Layag, kindly please open your camera.
Hello, sir. Good day.
Good day. Tell me about yourself.
Well, sir, I am a young independent person who grew up in a small family. I am always eager to learn for new things that can help me develop myself to be a better person.
What do you know about our company and why do you want to work here?
Heptagram Hotel is one of the finest and offers superb accommodation, and I want to develop, grow my skills and knowledge about this industry by being part of your company.
What's one fact that not on your LinkedIn profile?
I can say that I can work under pressure, a hardworking person, a multitasker indeed, and I can socialize to a different type of person.
Do you work best alone or in a team?
I believe that I can be productive alone and work by myself, but I can also guess better to have people I can brainstorm with and share tasks with.
What do you know about being front desk agent?
Mm, a front desk agent hold the telecommunication system and respond to guest issues in a friendly and timely manner.
Tell me about a time when you failed. How did you deal with this experience?
Sir, during my first week as a trainee, I was asked if I can do the validation of the Wyndham rewards. Of course, I had to do so. While doing it, I encode the wrong info of the guest and correct it by checking carefully the guest form.
What skills and strength can you bring to this position?
I can do everything to make you satisfied with my performance. I am a quick learner to serve you. And as I've said, I can work under pressure and can handle difficult situations.
Talk about a time when you had to work closely with someone whose personality different from yours.
Sure, I had to work on a large project with another department head who was known for being difficult to please and work with. During our first meeting, I was intentional about forming a personal connection and setting our expectation for the project upfront. Then we finished the project successfully, and now we have a strong working relationship.
What would you do if you were asked to perform a task you've never done before?
Sir, I would first get as many as details and as possible to make sure I had a clear understanding of what I was needed. Then, if it was a relatively straightforward task, I would do a quick internet search for a tutorial.
What would you do if you made a mistake and no one else noticed?
I have always found it's better take responsibility to your mistakes and correct them. I would consult to my supervisor that I had a mistake and want to take action to correct and overcome it.
Tell me about a situation when you had an especially heavy workload. What did you do?
During my time as a trainee, we had several of our co-trainee member out sick at the same time that we had several tasks due. By prioritizing tasks, setting personal deadlines, and communicating with my trainee about when I was going to get back to them. And we got it all on time.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Within 5 years, I see myself as a productive member of our industry, packed with knowledge and experiences that I can share with the newbies.
Okay, for my last question. Why should we hire you?
I can say that I can be a great asset to this company and help continue the legacy that this hotel has. Sharing what I have and what I know about this industry will surely add to the success of Heptagram.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Genesis Layag. We will contact you for the result of your interview.
Thank you.
Okay, we will now proceed to the next applicant applying to the position of executive housekeeper. Kindly please open the camera and mic of Mr. Kerwin Lacorte.
Hello, sir. Good day.
Good morning. So I'm Michael Escaraan from HR of this company, which is Heptagon Hotel and Restaurant. So all you need to do is to answer directly the question. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, sir. Is tell me about yourself.
Mm. I am Kerwin F. Lacorte. I have been working as an assistant executive housekeeper to the one of the famous hotel here in our city just for over 3 years. I started as a housekeeping personnel and was promoted after 6 months, and I am passionate about learning new skills, and I have completed a number of training courses. I have developed a strong skill set, including in-depth data management expertise. I am eager to make full use of this in a larger working environment.
Okay, sir. What do you know about our company and why do you want to work here?
I have learned that your company strongly encourages and facilitates employees' growth and development. As you can see from my resume, ongoing professional development is a key focus for me, and I am excited to work for a company that provides a stimulating learning environment.
Okay, sir. For the next question is, what's one fact that not on your LinkedIn profile?
I work hard at achieving my goals I set for myself. At the start of this year, I began running and training for my first half of marathon, which I completed 3 months ago.
So, sir, do you work best alone or on a team?
I feel that both teamwork and independent work situations come with their advantages and disadvantages. One advantage of the teamwork is collaboration with diverse professionals. However, working in groups every day can take away from focus and productivity in some cases. Similarly, even though independent work can provide the space for quiet concentration and productivity, it can also take away from some of the creative ideas and strategies that can come from group collaboration.
So, what do you know being executive housekeeper?
The executive housekeeper is the head of department that manages the housekeeping operations. The executive housekeeper handles all staff matters, including hiring and training. He or she resolve issues and direct teams to meet the hotel standards.
So, sir, this is a situational question. Tell me
Yes,
about
sir.
a time when you failed. How did you deal with this experience?
Um, when I was a waiter, what I did went wrong because our client or customer's order slipped onto the bar tray and the goblet dropped and broke. Fortunately, the customer was so kind and after I apologizing him, he stated it was fine and that I had just served him another order.
So, sir, what skills and strength can you bring to this position?
The skills and strength qualities I have gained in life so far are a perfect match for for the role. I have great attention detail, enjoy providing high level of services, and get great satisfaction for seeing jobs and tasks complete to a high standard.
Sir, talk about a time when you had to work closely with someone who's personally different from yours.
Um, and it was in EFSA that I worked in an economic zone at that time. All of the workers came from different location of origin or residence. There was a manager who became close to me and then approached me curiously one day. Even though I had done anything wrong, he reported me to the office and I have no idea what my fault was. I didn't say anything, just let go. He is a Batangas native, not a Cavite native. He was so grateful and I understood better. And I didn't scold him anymore.
Okay, thank you. Next is, what would you do if you were asked to perform a task you've never done before?
If I'm asked to do something I have never done before, I will do it if it's absolutely necessary. If I don't know, I'll just ask my coworkers to teach me well.
So, what will you do if you made a mistake and no one else noticed?
This happened to me as a waiter. When I was shattered a glass or goblet as a server, I immediately report it to the manager so that he knows I'm trustworthy.
Okay, tell me about a situation when you had an especially heavy workload. What did you do?
Mm, to me as well in the catering services, when the event is large, we also pack a large amount of equipment such as chairs, tables, plates, and other items that will be used during the event. We lift it all the way from unloading to bring it home after the event. When we have catering service, I don't think about the amount of equipment. I think about the task and that's how I used to be to this routine.
And how about where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I would love to be an industry expert that others can come to for the ideas, help, and strategies. I had amazing mentors and managers in my past position. So I'd like to be able to provide similar guidance, potential taking on a leadership role.
Okay, Mr. Kerwin Lacorte, for the final question. Why should we hire you?
I think that my experience in the industry and my ability to work autonomously makes me a good match for this position. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kerwin Lacorte. We will contact to update you regarding to the result of your interview.